You know those nights when your brain just won't shut up? I had one of those recently. I'm lying in bed, eyes closed, trying to sleep, but my mind, it's like a crowded marketplace at rush hour. Unfinished work screaming at me from one corner, that stupid thing I said 3 years ago replaying on loop, bills I need to pay, that text I haven't replied to. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if? What if? What if? I literally said out loud to myself, stop thinking, just stop. And you know what happened? I started thinking even more. It's like telling someone, don't think about a pink elephant. Suddenly, that's all you can think about. I got so frustrated, I just got up. Couldn't take it anymore. Grabbed my jacket and went for a walk. It was around 11 p.m. The streets were quiet. I ended up sitting on this bench in a small park near my house. And that's when I noticed him. This old man, maybe in his 70s, sitting on the other end of the bench. He had this calm about him, you know? Like he had all the time in the world. He was just sitting there. Not on his phone, not reading, just sitting. After a few minutes of silence, he looked at me and said, "Can't sleep?" I laughed a little. "Is it that obvious?" "Your leg," he said, pointing. "You've been shaking it non-stop since you sat down." I hadn't even noticed. I stopped. He smiled. "Trying to empty your mind?" That hit different. How did he know? "Yeah," I admitted. "My head's too loud, too many thoughts. I just want them to stop, you know? I want to empty my mind, but I don't know how." He chuckled softly, like he'd heard this 1,000 times before. "You can't empty your mind," he said. I looked at him confused. "Then what am I supposed to do?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he pulled out a small water bottle from his bag and poured some water into the cap. Then he stuck his finger in it and swirled it around. "Look," he said, holding it up. "Can you see through it clearly?" The water was all murky and moving. "No," I said. "Exactly." He stopped swirling. We both watched as the water slowly settled. The movement died down. The murkiness faded, and then it was clear, completely still. "I didn't make it calm," he said quietly. "I just stopped disturbing it, and it calmed itself." I stared at that tiny cap of water like it was some kind of magic trick. "Your mind is the same," he continued. "You think you need to force it to be quiet. You think you need to control every thought, push them away, fight them. But that's like sticking your finger in the water and swirling harder, expecting it to become still. So what do I do?" I asked. "You stop swirling," he said simply. "You sit, you breathe, and you let the thoughts come and you let them go. You don't grab onto them. You don't fight them. You just watch." "That's it?" He nodded. "That's it." Most people think empty your mind means having no thoughts, but it doesn't. It means not holding on to them. Thoughts will come, they always do, but you don't have to invite them in for tea. You don't have to argue with them. You just let them pass by, like clouds. I sat back on the bench, taking that in. But what about all the things I need to figure out, the problems I need to solve, the decisions I need to make? They'll still be there tomorrow. But trying to solve them at 11 p.m. with a tired, noisy mind, you'll just go in circles. A calm mind sees clearly. A chaotic mind just sees chaos. He stood up slowly, like his knees were giving him trouble. "You know what the funny thing is?" he said, looking down at me. "The harder you try to empty your mind, the more it becomes. But the moment you stop trying, that's when the space appears." He started walking away, then paused and turned back. "One more thing," he said. "When a thought comes, and it will, don't say, 'I shouldn't be thinking this.' Just notice it. Say to yourself, 'Oh, there's a thought about work. There's a thought about that argument. There's worry about tomorrow.' Name it and let it go. Like watching cars pass on a road. You don't jump in front of them. You just watch them go by." And then he left. Just like that. This random old man who probably changed my entire perspective in 10 minutes. I sat there for a while longer, and I tried it. A thought came. I have so much to do tomorrow. Instead of panicking, I just noticed it. There's anxiety about tomorrow. And then I let it go. Another one. I messed up that presentation last week. There's regret about the past. Let it go. What if I fail? There's fear about the future. Let it go.
It didn't happen instantly. My mind didn't suddenly become silent, but something shifted. The thoughts were still there, but they weren't gripping me anymore. I wasn't wrestling with them. I was just breathing, sitting, watching. And slowly, like that water in the cap, things started to settle. I didn't find all the answers that night. I didn't solve all my problems, but I found something better. Peace. Not because my circumstances changed, not because my problems disappeared, but because I stopped fighting my own mind. I went home that night and actually slept, not because my mind was empty, but because I finally understood that it didn't need to be. Since then, whenever I feel overwhelmed, I remember that old man and his bottle cap. I remember that I don't need to empty my mind. I just need to stop swirling the water. I sit, I breathe, I let the thoughts come and go. And slowly, clarity returns. Because here's the truth, you can't force peace. You can't fight your way to calm. You can only create the conditions for it and then get out of the way. Your mind knows how to settle. You just have to stop disturbing it. So tonight, if your mind won't stop, don't fight it. Don't try to force it to be quiet. Just sit with it, breathe, and let the water settle on its own. The answers you're looking for, they'll come, but only when the water is still.